In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to Ronnie. I listen to my Ronnie Q. In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie. I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. In the morning while I'm driving, Ronnie, I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie. Ronnie. I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q. Take a seat and go meet Ronnie. Sweet, 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 sweet Ronnie. No day complete without my Ronnie. She can't be beat. Sweet, sweet Ronnie.
Rising, Grand Rising. Please hit the like button since you're here. Hey, Renee. It's good to see you. Detach myself. What's good? What's good? I hope you guys had a great night. Foot Soldier, how you doing? Grand Rising Foot Soldier. Now, let me remove the kitty cat. I left here yesterday, and shortly after I left, some news had changed. When I left here yesterday, I didn't know this was going on. What is this? What are all these hillbilly cops? All these, what was his name? On the Dukes of Hazzard, the sheriff's name. Oh, I know one of them, the goofy one was named Enos. And what was, I forgot the sheriff's name on the Dukes of Hazzard. I can't remember. I didn't watch it. I've seen it, but anyway, all of these redneck sheriffs sitting up in there as he holds up this new executive order. And then there's over there in the far right is Pam Bimbo. Okay. So I didn't know any of this was going on as I was live yesterday. Child, hold on. Come to find out, what was going on over there is y'all 4547 was signing an executive order telling the drunk and Pete Hegseth and Pam Bimbo to let me read it to you. Let me make sure I don't miss. He won't. He wants them to look into how they can get the military to help with policing on the street. And that was one of the things I was like saying, okay, we got over his first 100 days, so we got 80 days left. There's talk of martial law and putting the military on the streets. And then I get offline, and he has already signed the executive order. Did you guys know that today? If you find anything, I have my goals up here. If you find anything up here that is new, you're more than welcome to hit my goals. My goals are to inform you guys of things that you may not know. So if let me know if you guys knew that happened yesterday. I would greatly appreciate it if you would treat me like Aaliyah. You want me to sing for Soldier? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Oh, let me know, let me know. Let me stop singing for Rico come over here fanning out. No, yeah, let me stop singing. That is by Aaliyah. So, John, yes. Rico gonna come over here hollering out. He hear me singing Aaliyah. He gonna try to put me in a mash up. He gonna try to mash me up. Stomp down. Don't let Rico mash me up. Now, some down came across some YouTube gold yesterday. I don't know who these people were. I don't know who these people were. I do not know who these people were. I don't know where they came from. Come to find out, Heidi has not just been gone from YouTube. She had been in another sector. And I think I saw M. Renee over there. M. Renee, did I see you over there when they were replaying Rick Reed? And I was like, it was probably that messy M. Renee that cashed out Rick Reed and told him to get over there because they was playing his video. I think it was M. Renee. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of positive. I'm not kind of positive. I thought anyway. I think it was M. Renee. So they were over there playing a video. Seems like another sector had been having issues with Heidi. That was me. So I just happened to go over to Stomp House. And he was talking about it, and he was talking about them playing Rick Reed, and so it was funny. And then Rick Reed dropped in the chat. I heard y'all was playing my stuff. I usually don't allow people to play my stuff, but it's okay this time. So it was interesting. So I still don't, if you guys want to check that out. These ladies playing Rick Reed and getting an earful of who Heidi is. They played Mimi faking, checking fake holes first, and they got their life. They was like, oh, these are people from the beef sector. So it was quite funny. Hey, Jackie Gaines, Grand Rising. It's good to see you. Now, I wanted to know if you guys. Back to the news. Did you guys know that 4547 has signed an executive order? Let me let you see exactly what he's expecting from that drunk ass. And now, and then since he wanted Hegseth to help him put the military on the street to help for policing. Our police officers, they need to be freed up from the work that they're doing. So we're going to get the military to come in and help them. Let me share this with you. And then by nightfall, it seems like Hegseth is out the door. He needs to be out there. Trump's ordered Hegseth and Bimbo. Wait a minute. Trump orders Hegseth and Bimbo and to determine how military can be used in domestic law enforcement. I didn't say it. Mediaite, Rolling Stones, Axios, all of these people said that. I didn't make this picture up. This picture came from Mediaite. Okay. Truth Social, Donald Trump. President Donald Trump directs Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and U.S. Attorney General Pam Bimbo to determine how the U.S. military could be used for domestic law enforcement on Monday. An executive order titled Strengthening the Unleashing America's Law Enforcement to Pursue Criminals and Protect Innocent Civilians. This isn't that's what the executive order, strengthening and unleashing American law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent civilians. Who's writing this shit? I didn't know that. I thought that law enforcement was already unleashed to do their job in enforcing the law. Somebody has law enforcement hands tied the way they kill us out in the street. Have their hands been tied from throwing us in jail for crimes we do and ones we don't do as well? Am I confused, or is that me? Is that just me? Okay, Trump issued several directives, including the establishment of a legal defense mechanism for law enforcement officers and a crackdown on state and local officials who willfully and unlawfully direct the obstruction of criminal law. So he will be, that's more arresting judges and prosecutors. That's what that is. Okay. Including by directly and unlawfully prohibiting law enforcement officers from carrying out their duties. If you, how many motherfuckers just get arrested on obstruction only? It's so bad that people get arrested on obstruction charges only that some said that obstruction cannot be the singular cause for an arrest. So does anybody don't know that obstruction in many cases can be a crime, and in too many cases, obstruction is the only crime that people are charged with. So we need help with the obstruction from our military. Y'all understand why this is so badly needed? Okay, let's continue. Okay. The president also ordered Hegseth and Bimbo to determine how military and national security assets and personnel can most effectively be utilized to prevent crime. Section 4. Using the now, let's be clear. I played Hegseth's confirmation hearing, and they asked him would he follow a unlawful order that 45 and 47 gave, such as he did when they were having a peaceful protest outside of the White House, when he had helicopters fly low, and asked his then defense secretary if he could bring some green beret soldiers out and shoot the protesters in the leg. Would you follow such an illegal order? And he said, I don't think that 45, 47 would give me an illegal order. Well, they just told you what the illegal order was. So he, with them giving a demonstration of the illegal order to shoot protesters in the leg, he said he don't think that he would be given an illegal order. And the Republican Congress voted this numb nut through. Okay, so this is what we're getting right now. Using national security assets for law and order. Within 90 days of the date of this order, that this was signed on yesterday. Within 90 days of the date of this order, the Attorney General and Secretary of Defense, in consultation with the Secretary of Homeland Security, you know, the other bimbo, Chrissy Nome, the one who was on the Signalgate phone call, all of these people who are not qualified for their positions, all of them. And the only qualification Hegseth has is he's going to do whatever he's told to do. Now, later on yesterday, you know why they are considering firing Hegseth? Because his little dirty secret is come to find out. I think I did this story already. Come to find out that he is having a makeup studio built next to the room where he usually do his press conferences for. And they said when it first came out, he's going to pay a couple of $1,000s for it, as if he was paying for it for himself. And then come to find out, this little makeup studio is over $100,000. And come to find out, his three friends who were friends to him, actually, that he fired because he thought that they were leaking, they said that the only thing he's concerning himself, they came out yesterday in an interview, the only thing he concerns himself is how he looks and how physically and how he looks as a leader to 45, 47. He moves everything around him to have a splashing appearance to 45, 47. Bend over and give him some ass then. Since you want to be such a pretty boy. But whatever. That's it. Just I can't even ask what has he done for the troops, because he's not qualified to do a goddamn thing for the troops. This is what you get, a fucking numbskull. I can't see what you guys are writing. I'm gonna I hope you guys are writing something. But this is what you get when you get a numbskull in a position that they are not ready for, or not don't have the acclimate to have. So using nation okay, number section 4, using national security assets for law and order. Within 90 days of the date of this order, the Attorney General and Secretary of Defense, in consultation with the Secretary of Homeland Security and the heads of agencies as appropriate, shall increase the provision of excess military. Is there excess military? Shall increase the provision of excess military and national security assets on local jurisdictions to assist the state and local law enforcement. So you mean we have excess military? But I thought that when they were talking about the Biden military under Austin, Lloyd Austin, that the military was so depleted and it had so few people who were. You mean y'all got that? Y'all got so many people since January to join this depleted Lloyd Austin military, that now y'all got excess people to put on the street. Yeah, they want you to believe that it's just to put excess military. What is excess military? So they're trying to lull you into it. This ain't what you think it is. That's what they're doing. They're trying to lull you into, oh no, we're just using our excess military and national security assets in local jurisdictions to assist state and local law enforcement. Uh, Within 90 days of the date of the order, the Secretary of Defense, in coordination with the Attorney General, shall determine how military and national security assets, training, non-lethal capabilities. Well, we already know our police know how to kill a motherfucker by hook or by crook, with or without reason. So I guess it's good that they would be learning some non-lethal capabilities, but whatever. Shit happens. Uh, and personnel can most effectively be utilized to prevent crime. They want to stop crime. Isn't that what the military is for? President Trump signed the 4547 signed the executive order in the presence of sheriffs and law enforcement officers from around the country. A whole gaggle of yokels, motherfuckers wearing sheriff shirts and blue jeans and all types of shit. And I think I saw about at least 7 cowboy hats up in that bitch. Okay, excuse me. Okay, the post. It first appeared in media. Okay, so there's the link is in the description box. Did you guys know about this? And what do you guys think about this? Uh, I just wanted to give you. Oh, yeah, y'all talk. Y'all have a little bit to say about this. Let me. Thank you, Miss Toby. You became a member. I appreciate your support, Miss Toby. It's good to see you, Miss Toby. Okay. Hey, click in the view. Grand Rising, Ronnie Q, and the group. Uh, go get it this Wednesday. Make it count, baby. Wheat toast with a little marmalade, coffee, like the people, black and ready. Wait a minute, I got to go up to the top. I'm missing something is being lost. Stump Down said, "Thanks for the information you provided us regarding politics. I thank you. I appreciate the support that I get over here. Thank you, Stump Down, for dropping down and showing me some support. I definitely appreciate the ones who appreciate me. Let me get to. Uh, Good morning, Madison. Grand Rising. Now let me see what you guys are talking about. The channel is Simply Michelle. Okay, the Simply Michelle is the channel that I was talking about earlier, who were getting a earful about Heidi via playing Rick's and Mimi checking fake hoes video. Uh, Simply Michelle is the channel. I don't even know what sector they are in or from, but Heidi had gone over there and she had, made those young ladies or women feel this type of way. Okay. He doesn't even know what the heck he's signing. His fingers are stuck on that pen. Auto pen. Is that an auto pen? Is that an auto pen? No, you're not confused, Ronnie Q. Good morning, Queenie. Grand Rising. Okay. We need our military for what they signed up to do, not martial law, damn fool. Yep, a fucking makeup studio. He's very he's very superficial. Yes. Yes, he is. Okay. It's not gonna make him look any better. His face still gonna be uh like a wrinkle in time. Oh, today is Wednesday. Okay, go get it Wednesday. Make it count, baby. Wheat toast and a little marmalade, coffee, like the people, black and ready. Now I got what you're saying. Yes, I'm fully back from Lent. Okay, so did you guys think that did you guys think that they ain't gonna do that. Even though it's in Project 2025, I can't see a reason for them doing that. This person has been ruling this nation via executive order. A lot of the things that he has done, he could not have done unless it was an emergency, such as these tariffs. Thus, the first day he went into office, he signed an emergency executive order about the economy. And when he came in on one of the strongest economies that was passed over in this nation. And he signed an emergency executive order, so that he would be able to unilaterally put tariffs on anyone without going through Congress. These executive orders are just a way and a means to be able to avoid Congress in many instances. There was no emergency anything about this economy, but there may be now. One of my stories I reported on yesterday was he knew exactly what was going to happen. One of the stories I reported on yesterday, because it was just breaking, that Caroline Lovett chick, they were asking, they were out there on the lawn early, outside doing interview, asking questions early, and I was wondering, well, what are they out here on the White House lawn this damn early? And they asked Scott Bessent, who is the Treasury Secretary, a question. And she stepped in and said, well, let me answer that, since I just got off the phone call with the president. And what he thinks that what Jeff Bezos is doing is political and something, something, something. And she just, and then had a picture of Jeff Bezos and held it up. And has taken up with Chinese propaganda and blah, all of this shit. And you know what she was saying all this shit behind? The report that that Amazon would be line iteming a cost of what the tariffs are costing you on your purchases. So if you wanted to purchase a bottle of perfume or whatever the fuck you wanted to purchase, item by item. If it was $56, they would have a line that says there's an additional $75 for the tariffs, because now Temu is actually doing it. There is some reports that Temu is actually doing it, but I think Temu is a Chinese company. So Temu is doing it, and there has been many examples of this. One lady said she was going to order a dress from Temu for her daughter that was $30. And I was like, they selling clothes on Temu for $30. I don't shop the Temu clothes, but I can imagine Ness. Well, I thought they was less, as many Temu clothes that Ness when it went and bought for that Vegas trip. I thought that whole Vegas trip outfit debacle was in $30 as a whole. I thought it was some like $2.99 dresses. And anyway, I digress. So so the she said that the dress was $30. When she went to check out, the total was $75, and she thought that she had ordered she had mistakenly put something else in the cart, but there was a $45 surge tax for the tariffs. So it's to get a $30 dress, she would have to pay over $75. So Timu is showing you exactly it, and it separates it out. So 45, 47 don't want the public to see that they're paying more in tariffs than they are paying for their items. And he was pissed about it. But now it's all good. But now it's Jeff Bezos. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Jeff Bezos. I am kind of like those Alabama Alabama women who's like, Jeff Bezos should quit cowering. See, the reason why you in this position, Jeff Bezos, is because you wanted to kiss ass. See, you want favor for your personal wealth and your personal business. Are you not wealthy enough, Jeff Bezos? Do you not have enough sheep who are still ordering from Amazon as you sit up here and fuck them? Are you not as you and your fucking Madam Puppet Face wife not getting enough attention for going up in space for 11 minutes and just shooting off and skeeting off all kind of money for a bunch of haggling bitches to go up out of the atmosphere on a extended Disney ride, motherfucker. And you don't give a fuck about the regular human man. That you said now Jeff Bezos turned his ass around. 4547 said that he had a lovely talk with Jeff, and no, Jeff wasn't going to do that. He was going to do that with one branch where you peons sell things through Amazon. He was thinking about doing it in that sector, but no, he's not going to do that. He's not going to show you that the tariffs that I have put on on you, that I told you that China was going to pay, and that I said was going to make us very rich here in the United States. No, it's actually going to make you very poor. But I know some of you motherfuckers are so stupid that y'all believe everything that come out of my mouth. So God forbid that Jeff Bezos come out here and show you the actual facts of the matter. So Jeff Bezos caved. The same Jeff Bezos who watched that $40 million what is it? Is it a reality show or whatever the fuck that they did on Melania and paid her? Jeff Bezos paid her $40 million for. Who has anybody watched that shit? I ain't heard of no reviews about that shit. I ain't heard of shit about that shit other than Jeff Bezos paid the bitch $40 million to do it. The fuck going on here? You know what the fuck's going on here? Didn't he say this is going to be the new golden age? No, motherfuckers, this is going to be the new gilded age. And I have already played for you. If anybody watch my channel, you know when he started talking all of that golden age shit, I played a video about the gilded age. During the industrial revolution, where they had all of these fat cats up here monopolizing all of the businesses and shit, and giving the common man, the workers, shit, their asses to kiss, and as they shit out money and wasted money. Do you guys remember that? That's why I haven't shopped at Amazon and stopped my Prime payments. It's been hard. Fuck Bezos. I used to buy a lot of stuff from Amazon. He treats his employees like bots. My cousin was telling me about them hours he was working in the warehouse, just standing. And I was shocked to find that they have some things that they make you wear that if you're not moving quick enough, it gives you an electric shock. That it shocks you because you're not moving quick enough, or you're moving your arms in an area that is unnecessary to do the job that they want you to do. Don't reach over here so much. Don't reach for your water so much. And God forbid, they damn near want to put a catheter in you so you don't have to go to the bathroom. I don't feel sorry for Bezos because I don't know what you mean to say, the consumer, and destroyed Washington State. Now Bezos is crying. What is he crying for? Hey, Sandy, Grand Rising, Sandy. I can't stand that propaganda parakeet, Levitt, Caroline Levitt. I cannot stand her. I believe Sheen is doing it too. Yeah. So you're paying more in tariff costs than what you are paying for these items. And God forbid, one of the largest retailers behind Walmart is letting you know. And now let's get some. I really want to get serious about this because I have always been telling you guys that you guys need to stock up on some things right now. I told you a week ago that in 2 weeks they are projecting that our shelves will be empty. You know that the rush that they had for toilet tissue in COVID, uh, it's projected that the shelves will be empty because the stuff that's on the shelves right now has been on ships months and months ago, and that's on the shelf now. So I'm just saying, if you need, you know what you need for your home. If you don't want to have to go shopping for things and the shelves are empty, products like toilet paper, paper towels, uh, water, whatever the things that you uh, need in your life, for your life to be comfortable, to get by, that you use every day. You may want to consider soap, deodorant, all of these things. You may want to consider stocking up. If do as much as you can. If you can only do a nominal amount, it's time to think about tomorrow in your personal life because nobody else is caring about your personal life. This government is not caring about your personal life, don't even want you to know what's coming in your personal life. And they're setting up the military to be on the street if you are displeased and want to protest about how they have made your personal lives. So understand, it's about to get fucked up out here, in my opinion. That's all I can say. I can't believe it's been a hundred days. Feel like it's longer than that. Showing off that grandson was just lame. This is what money do, bitch. Please, what grandson? I didn't see the showing off of a grandson. He knew exactly what was going to happen. Yeah. Hey, kind to me. It's good to see you. Amazon sucks now. I'm just saying. Hey, the cynical one. Grand Rising. It is always good to see you. Hey, Church Mouth. Uh, thank you for the goal. Good morning. Listening while walking the dog. Hey, Queen Diva. Grand Rising. I used to buy organization, cleaning dolls, crafting supplies from Amazon, even party supplies. I had to make my own party decorations for my daughter's birthday. Shout out to Pinterest. Yes, shout out to Pinterest and YouTube as well. YouTube has some great videos. Uh, Grand Rising Voodoo, it is good to see you. Uh, I said Bezos had fucked the customer up. Okay, thank you. Consumer up. I'm sorry, I said customer. And we still screaming people over profit. They don't hear us though. Disgusting. Uh, their time is coming. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So uh, 45, 47 don't want y'all to see what these tariffs are going to do to your pockets. So they are upon us right now. So we are in the actual having to pay for these tariffs. But he has they're so necessary. But he has taken partial tariffs uh, off of cars. Who the fuck is buying cars when a motherfucker gotta pay more than twice for buying some goddamn tissue? Who can pay for who's sitting about sitting up thinking about buying cars unless it's a necessity that they need to go to work, and then you're gonna get fucked because you need to go to work, and then all your extra money is going into buying this motherfucking car unless you buying the car outright from a from a from a from an individual, not a car company. Listening and driving. Okay, so there's that. Now, so let's see about Trump and his big meltdown. So, behind Jeff Bezos, let's watch them. And the simple fact that what happened, I thought just nothing about her holding the picture up of Jeff Bezos being a arm of Chinese propaganda. And they just, oh, Jeff Bezos, it's all good with us now. Oh, we're all good. Let me share my screen with you guys. Uh, please check out the Bullworth channel. They give great commentary, and check them out. Get informed as well. Oh no, I didn't finish playing you the martial law stuff. Let's finish the martial law stuff. I got this from Status Quo. Go over there, check this out. The link is in my description box, and this where I first saw the headlines. Trump preparing for martial law as Amazon caves to the White House. Here we go. Got to get past this commercial. Excuse me for a second.
Hegseth.
See, I'm gonna tell you where I get my stuff from. I'm not gonna think. I heard that you know that he's gonna. No, I'm gonna cite my sources.
Hegseth. I think Hegseth, that's how you say it. Hegseth and Bondi to determine how military can be used in domestic law enforcement. Because the cops aren't militarized enough. It's not enough that we have towns of 9,000 who have tanks, just in case they need them, just in case your town of 9,000 needs a tank to just brigade about. It's not bad enough that they have weapons to the gill, tear gas, guns of all kinds, ammo. Some of them are riding around on Segways just for fun. Do you ever encounter that? Do you ever see a cop just riding around on a Segway? One time I was at I think I was in Redondo Beach, and I was just walking around. This cop's just having a ball on a Segway. Just he doesn't care. He didn't need to be on it. But apparently they need to be more militarized. So here's the article from Mediaite. President Donald Trump directed Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and Attorney General Pam Bondi to determine how the U.S. military could be used for domestic law enforcement on Monday, which was yesterday. The executive order is military and national security assets in local jurisdictions to that. But that's basically what he did. So Donald Trump has always had this big authoritarian bent. It's always been there. When people pretend otherwise, they're in a dream world. Donald Trump has always had that, and now he's just really going all out with it. There's a little bit more to this. So let's go to, I actually like Zainab's tweet. You guys know Zainab, friend of the show, Zainab Day, and a regular host here at Status Quo. Let's go ahead and go to her tweet and the piece that she highlighted. So Zainab said, we can swap a little bit, read what she said too. The GOP claimed to support states' right, yet this overreach is astonishing. Latest executive order calls for excess military and national security asset to help police local jurisdictions. This is a frog's hair away from martial law. I'm not being hyperbolic, says Zainab. So yeah, here we go. Using national security assets for law and order within 90 days of the day of this order, increase the provisions of excess military and national security assets in local jurisdictions to assist state and local law enforcement. So we have military all over the world. We have troops all over the world. We police the world. 90% of everything just goes to the military. Pretty much all of our money just goes to war spending and quote unquote defense. Now they're bringing it domestic. They're bringing it domestic now because they don't. And again, all of this is in anticipation of what's to come. This is the only network. Here's Status Quo. We're one of the only networks out there that covers what's going on in our grocery stores. Prices keep getting higher and higher. We talked about the Kroger Albertsons merger and how that would lock in high prices indefinitely, and how we are on the path to about 80% of the country being food insecure very, very soon. We're still on that path. And the only person who was standing in the way of that merger, who was Lina Khan, is not in the FTC anymore. So things are not looking good. And they are getting ready for a day where people are going to have to make that decision. Do I get groceries today or do I pay my rent? So what am I going to do?
Okay, so go over there and check this channel out. They give you they do some good reporting on boots on the ground reporting. Remember, like they used to do in the old days during y'all are. Maybe some of you guys don't know. That's how a real reporting is done, where people are getting out, talking to people, having contacts, and not just sitting in a press room, dawning over somebody so they can get access and think that they are special and all of this shit. How do you think that Watergate was solved? These people was running in the streets and shit, being followed and everything, trying to get that goddamn Watergate story. They wasn't sitting up in no news office getting their motherfucking notes handed to them and didn't know the ins and outs of all the stories that they were actually presenting. Like these they don't even call the shit that they're presenting news anymore on Fox News. That's their entertainment segment because they will get sued if they call it news. The Laura Ingrams, the Five, and all of that shit. They cannot even call that shit news, but they want to present it as a news broadcast. Okay. Enough of this. I just hope that you guys really take heed. We are really living in some serious times. That's all I got to say about that. And it's going to be bad, in my opinion, because of all of the people who know and understand. Look at all of the dummies who I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun. What they doing over here? Look, and can you imagine? This is just a microcosm of what's going on in the world. Can you imagine when shit really gets bad, how it's going to be outside of your door? Can you imagine what's going to be coming up to your door? Oh, I need help. Desperate and all of this shit. You guys better prepare yourselves, because even going outside your doors is going to be quite daring. For the people who are not prepared, for the people who just want to walk around this earth like they don't need to know anything, for the people who think that, oh, everything's going to settle itself, just like it settles itself, so I didn't have to go out and vote, and thus I put us in this position in this country. So be prepared for the people who are not prepared as well, because they are going to give you a run for your money. People are going to try to take from you because they haven't prepared for themselves, is my point. So prepare yourself wholly and completely, is my point. That's all I got to say. Hey, Miss Ray, Grand Rising. It's going to be a mess out here in these streets. So I think there's something. There's another story on here. That maybe. Let me go a little further. I want to get the commercial though. I think there's another story on here that you may be interested in as well.
Don't worry about it. It hasn't happened yet. Don't worry about it. It hasn't happened yet. Don't worry about it. Oh, it happened, and now it's too late. Boy, so that is interesting. Now let's go to the clip that old Alex is referencing here, Colin. That clip was from a little bit ago. Let's go to the clip of Donald Trump saying he wants to deport U.S. citizens to basically death camps in El Salvador, which is pretty much what these prisons are.
Yeah. I said, homegrowns are next. The homegrowns built. You got to build about 5 more places. Yeah, that's fair. All right. It's not big enough.
Now, the people laughing, the people who are laughing at you see this man, these are supposed to be the press. And they're laughing. They think that it is so funny. That 4547 said that you need to build 5 more prisons for the homegrown criminals in the United States. And instead of them being mature people, instead of them being people who wants to get the news out correctly to you, these are a bunch of sycophants who wants to be close to power, who wants to rub elbow with power at any cost, including your neck. Let's continue. You got to understand who the fuck this for-profit media is, who is sitting up on TV and telling you what's really going on. And nobody's preparing you. Have you heard in any of your news programs of them telling you to stock up on anything no, because that's not the world they live in. These are motherfucking people who are being paid millions of dollars. They don't they're not doing the bulk of the shopping in the United States. It's the poor people. How much can 2 or 3 households that these millionaires have, how much shopping for their homes? They don't do a lot of shopping. The people who have the least do the most shopping, because it's more of us than the rich. But the rich get all of the rewards and all of the gains. How much fucking shit you think the 1% is buying in comparison to the other 99% is buying? But who are they coddling? The 1%. Okay, let me move forward because they have already met some Republicans have already met. They're talking about putting caps on Medicaid in some states so that they can get Trump's agenda, which is tax cuts for the rich, through. You know, they said, "Oh no, we'll never touch Medicaid." That's one of my stories here too. We're going to talk about that as well.
We'll go over to Duolingo. Let's do Duolingo next. For those of you who use the Duolingo app, I use the Duolingo app. I use it. I studio Italiano su Duolingo. Io e mia moglie. My wife and I study Italian on the Duolingo app. Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years?
Here we go.
Of techno-feudalism, Amazon. We're going to go to the Punch Bowl story first, Colin, just to kind of set it up on the tee. So Trump's tariffs have made some people pretty upset, as they should, because it's really going to mess everything up. The way he's going about these tariffs is completely awful and is going to make everything more expensive. And it's not
okay. So I said all of that. So go over there, check this link out. I let you see a couple of stories that are on this link. So I want to move on. Let's move on to this story. Trump's big meltdown. If you haven't gone over to the Bullworth, be sure that you check out the Bullworth. Great commentary. He's been showing up on MSNBC, Nicole Wallace's show, quite frequently as well. So let's get into this.
Believing like it wasn't propaganda. Trump that he got tricked by his own. Finished what might be his most humiliating. Hey everybody, it's Tim Miller for the book.
Now this is funny. You know that 4547 has sued ABC or CBS, one of them, for he said that they edited the Kamala interview. They edited it for brevity, and he is suing them for $50 billion. This is the same network that has 60 Minutes, the same network that has 60 Minutes. So they're trying to merge with, I can't remember who they're trying to merge with, but they need 4547 to approve it. And 4547 is real pissed off at them. And then 60 Minutes did a segment and he got even more pissed off at them. So they decided to send a babysitter to watch what 60 Minutes was putting out. And now the producer of 60 Minutes, who he's only the one of three producers in 60 Minutes history. 60 Minutes has been playing since I think the late 50s, and they've only had three producers. And he quit his job because he felt like he could not do his job independently. Why? Because the bitch who owns is it ABC or CBS is trying to do $1 billion wager. So fuck us getting the real news. No, you cannot tell the truth about the Grand Master, or your fucking billions are going to be in jeopardy. So what's more important, my motherfucking personal billions in this deal going through, or getting the real news out, or telling the truth about Master King? So she sold out and said, no, we're going to make sure whatever you put out here on 60 Minutes, who gives the fuck if it's the truth? I got to get this merger through. I got some, this a chick, I forget her name. I don't give a fuck what the bitch's name is. She's selling out actual facts and people having actual knowledge and facts so she can have billions in her fucking purse. Fuck that hoe. Okay, so I went off on a tangent. So I think that I think this is ABC who did this interview, who sat down with this idiot and did this interview. And I showed you a clip a couple of weeks, last week or week before last, where they said that the guy had the MS-13 tattoo across his knuckles, and Stephen Miller, the great Stephen Miller, who always comes out, the Stephen Miller who's told us that the 9-0 Supreme Court ruling was a win for them, when in fact they voted 9-0 that they must return this guy to the United States. And he stood his ass up in the White House and said, no, the Supreme Court said that we won by 9-0. They said that we don't have, no, at the end of it was the total opposite. Okay, so this Stephen Miller, during the whole back and forth about this, sending this guy home, he decided to show 4547 a picture of his knuckles, and to prove that he was in the MS-13 gang. He has a clown, a marijuana leaf on one finger, a clown on another finger, a happy face on the third finger, and something else on the last finger. And so the picture that Stephen Miller showed 4547, it had those tattoos, but it also had over each finger, each of the four fingers, the letter M, the letter S, the number 1, and the number 3. And he said, you see, he is tattooed, and it shows that he's an MS-13 member. But what he didn't tell 4547 is that he had superimposed those letters and those numbers. The MS-13, he was proving, see, he has MS-13 tattoos. It actually says and you can see it is like, what do they call that type? A regular typewriter type of the MS-13. It's not a tattoo freestyle numbers and letters. No, it's a professional font type of MS-13 over it. Now, let's watch this interview. And I am sure he's going to try to sue because they did not edit this interview. The man tries to go on and try to say we can agree to disagree. Okay, I didn't even watch the interview. I caught a clip of the interview from here. So he wants to sue one media agency because he said that they did edit Kamala Harris's answer, but I think that he's going to try to sue this media outlet because they did not edit his stupidity out of this answer. I went a long way to say that little simple shit, but I gotta fill up my time. Okay, let's watch this idiot.
The bulwark. Oh my God, Donald Trump just finished what might be his most humiliating interview yet, and I wish that was an exaggeration. I wish that was hyperbole. In this interview with Terry Moran of ABC, Donald Trump reveals that he got tricked by his own staff, I guess, into believing that a Photoshop of Kilmar Abrego Garcia's hand was actually real. I mean, Trump tricked himself into believing, actually believing, it wasn't propaganda. Trump actually believed the propaganda his team put out. His team propaganded him. This is just utterly humiliating, this video that I'm about to show you. This is truly remarkable. So, just for context, for those who haven't seen it, I fucking still can't believe this. I still can't believe this. For those who haven't seen it, Trump put out this picture of him looking tough. It was tough.
Hi, I'm Andy Levian, General Counsel at the DNC. We just sued President Trump and Doge, and I hope you will support.
Face Trump with an image of what was purported to be Kilmar Abrego Garcia's hand, his knuckles or the upper finger, and on.
Okay. Here's the picture. Hey Bernice, hey Kimberly Black, welcome. Here's the picture. Now you see the letter M, S, and the 1 and the 3. That is something that Stephen Miller put on this picture. Stephen Miller, his buddy, and how do we know that he does not have these? It does not say MS-13 on on his knuckles. In actuality, because when the congressman, I keep forgetting his name, went to visit him, we saw his knuckles. There is no MS-13, and if you have any common sense, you can see that is a standard type on there that was typed in over there. But now he's showing the picture to prove that's his proof that he's an MS-13. He got proof. Okay, and they still haven't brought the man back. Now, what does it make you think? And now this Supreme Court gave him the leeway to defy any type of order to be a dictator. They have truly given him the leeway because they said that he could do anything that he thought was within his presidential power. So obviously that includes ignoring you motherfuckers who gave him the power. Well, have they tried to facilitate that motherfucker getting home yet? No, he's sitting on ABC arguing with a motherfucker that the motherfucker's in the game based on this picture. Let's see what happens next.
His real hand on Abrego Garcia's hand is 4 tattoos. There's a marijuana leaf, a smiley face, a cross, and a skull. These are all pretty common images. Who knows what he could have, been pushing from any of those. But, the MAGA folks tried to make this leap to say, that series of images was a signal to use MS-13. They argued that the marijuana leaf was for M, the smiley was for S, the cross was for 1, and the skull had kind of like a 3 dots, so it was a 3. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I'm not a gang tattoo expert. But
neither are they.
To make that point was they drew, they photoshopped, and not even not even well. This is like Arial font, like an M and an S and a 1 and a 3 on top of it. It's like a very obvious Photoshop. like to the point, it's like not even really a Photoshop. Like they're just trying to show you like the connection between the images and MS-13. And so they drew that, then they handed him this printout of it, and he's holding it up there with his mad face, which is with his prisoner face, actually, because it's important to remember that Donald Trump was also convicted of crimes, with his mugshot face. And he's like, look at that. So anyway, he puts that out, and that creates discourse and narrative. And there were some people out there that were like, do you think that Trump realizes that, like, it doesn't actually say MS-13 on the fingies? And I, it's kind of like, how stupid could you be? And this is so unbelievably stupid that even somebody like me with Trump derangement syndrome was like, there's no possible way that the president could be that stupid that he thinks that this man literally has the letters MS-13 on his knuckles in Arial font. Like, there's no possible way that he could be that stupid. He's that stupid. He's stupider than that stupid. Look at how he goes to the mat on this. He goes to the mat in the most humiliating way possible. He gets tricked, and he refuses to let Terry Moran get off this. Like Terry had I think vicarious embarrassment for the president of the United States and wanted to move on.
And the thing about this is he goes to his same old tired defense when he has a disagreement with somebody. He sat up there and the man is like, oh no, that's not what it means, and he's not trying to be combative with him. Then he said, well, we can agree to disagree, and then he said, well, let's move on. I want to talk about Ukraine. And you know what, nobody knows you. Nobody knows who you are anyway. Who are you? You're a failed news reporter. He goes all into this because he's wrong. Let's watch it. Let me, Tim, you're talking a little bit too long. Oh, yeah, here it comes right now.
And Trump refused to let him. So we're going to watch it together, and then I'll catch you on the flip.
Even the man that you picked out, he said he wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute.
Well, wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshop. So let me
That was Photoshop. Terry, you can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. I picked you, Terry, but you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll agree.
I picked you because I don't know who you are. You're not being very nice. Is he obliged to be very nice? Is it not nice to just go along with your ramblings? So everybody must be very nice. They were very mean to me. That's one of his biggest complaints. If the press tell the truth, they were very mean to me. They said some very mean things to me, and I think that they need to be investigated. So we will be hearing about the investigation that needs to go on behind Terry Moran. So let's continue this foolishness.
I think it was Photoshop. Well,
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine,
No,
sir.
Terry,
I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe the news, because
when
it's
he was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They weren't there, but they're there now, right?
No,
But
they're in your picture.
Terry,
Ukraine, sir.
he's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
Well, we'll take a look.
It's you just.
Okay, so this is the person who is setting up to put our military in our streets. This is the person right here. This is the person who says, you heard him say it right there. That's why people don't believe the media, because you're fake news. And he is totally wrong. His own administration gave him fake news, but it's everyone else's fault. Let's continue.
such a disservice.
We'll take a look at
Why
that,
don't you
sir.
just say, yes, he does? And
I mean, where do you even start? This is why nobody trusts the fake news, Terry. You guys are fake. I'm giving you the real stuff. Have you seen the knuckles? He starts to get mad. Have you seen the knuckles? Have you seen them? Have you seen the picture? It says MS-13. And at one point, Terry's like, agree to disagree. I don't know about that, but
he had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to
Terry,
move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
And you think it
agree
was
to disagree.
Photoshop? Well,
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have
but even later, he's like, no, we've all, Terry, then when Trump forces him to keep talking about it, Terry's like, no, like we've also seen the pictures of his hand from the meeting with Van Hollen. And once again, good on you, Senator Van Hollen. This is why doing shit actually matters, because we actually have images of his hand. And I guess for the most stupid, subtarded people in the world, we need to, which includes the president of the United States, we need to demonstrate to them with another real image that no, the Arial font MS-13 is not actually on his fingers. Okay?
And so what that lets you know is this administration will straight up lie to you, and they start to believe their own fucking lies. Nobody cued this old fart in to that. Oh, well, we're going to superimpose the letter and the numbers MS and 13 on the knuckles. No, we're just trying to translate that this stands for M, this stands for S, this stands for 1, this stands for 3, and this motherfucker, no, it actually has MS-13. He actually has that tattooed on his knuckles. A bunch of idiots, a bunch of bumbling idiots who plan to stay in office beyond 2028. All of this, it's just, he's just trying to be coy. Please, if you guys think, he already told those Christians, vote for me this last time and you won't have to vote again. We're taking care of that. We're going to fix that. So I don't understand why people are acting like we cannot take this his plan seriously. This man is dead serious because he's an idiot, in my opinion. Okay, so I didn't know if you guys heard about that. Did you guys know about that? Let's move on. So this is what I want to present to you about empty shelves. Last week I told you that Walmart, Amazon, and Home Depot owners had met with 4547 and told him if he didn't do something about these tariffs, that in about 2 weeks, the shelves would be empty. So let's check this out. Here we go. Now, they're going to talk to Scott Bessent, the Department of the Treasury, about the shelves. And I want you to notice what he will and will not say. Let's go.
Across our platforms about the possibility that empty shelves may be coming here. In a shocking moment, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent revealed he has no idea what's going to happen with the empty shelves. He just said, I assume retail stores pre-ordered a lot of stuff. This does not look good.
Right now, are you worried about empty shelves? Because they say that a lot of these, the supply lines and the cargo ships are being held up. A lot of people are saying, turn it around. With the tariffs this high, I don't want the product. Are you worried about empty shelves?
Not at present. We have some great retailers. I assume they pre-ordered. I think we'll see some.
He's not worried. Not at present. I assume we have some great retailers. I assume that they bought extra supplies. Did you give these retailers that you're talking about, did you give them extra money? These are the same the major retailers have told you that the shelves would be empty. Everybody is not the Home Depot and the Walmart retailer or Jeff Bezos. The biggest retailers in the United States have told you that in 2 weeks the shelves are going to be empty. But you sitting up here, oh, no, I'm not concerned. I assume we have some great retailers that have bought up some bullshit. This is bullshit. This is why you really need to be worried, because a week has passed. They gave them 2 weeks. And this bumbling idiot is still out here lying to the people. So you better stockpile some things that you need because the shelves are projected to be empty. Better safe than sorry is all I can tell you. Okay, so let's...
and elasticities. I think we'll see replacements, and then we will see how quickly the Chinese want to de-escalate.
There you go. It's not.
So we'll see how quickly the Chinese want to de-escalate what? What did the Chinese escalate to de-escalate? These are all of 45, 47 great big ideas. And we'll see how quickly Chinese gonna want to de-escalate when all the nations around the world are going to China to make deals with China to buy up the shit that is no longer coming to the United States. How quickly are they going to need to de-escalate? And how child, they're selling the United States people bullshit. And you notice that they're on Fox News. They're telling their actual voters, the idiots that indulge in Fox News day in, day out, that there's nothing to worry about. Because when shit hits the fan for real, these Fox News viewers are going to be the ones that you have to worry about. They are going to be the ones who are asked out and hadn't prepared and believed everything that is on this propaganda media. And you, the ones who are prepared, are going to be in trouble from these yokels. Let's be clear.
It's not Trump's fault. It's the Chinese. I assume retail stores pre-ordered a bunch of stuff. Same day, he appeared on CNBC and he was asked, is there a contingency plan here? Do we know what the contingency plan here is with retailers and with stuff? Doesn't seem to know.
Mr. Secretary, Gary Cohn was on Face the Nation yesterday, and he said that he thinks we're weeks away from starting to see the effects of this actually show up, whether it be in prices or, I guess to some extent, you could suggest in shortages of certain items. Where do you think we stand just in terms of how long it will be before Americans really start to feel this?
Becky, I can't tell you what various retailers have done in terms of stockpiling, in terms of substitution, in terms of elasticities. I didn't see Gary's interview.
He just has no idea. He doesn't know what Gary Cohn said. He doesn't know what retailers are doing.
I can't tell you, but you just said that you assumed that we had great retailers and that they had stocked up on stuff. So this is why I'm just giving you the information. This is the Treasury Secretary telling two stories in the same thing about our shelves being empty. And that China is going to be so broken up that our shelves are empty, that they're going to need to make a deal because it is hurting them so badly. Make any of this make sense? So I'm just giving you the information. These are the people who are running our government. A billionaire who is unqualified for his job, Scott Bessent, who is so unconcerned, doesn't even want to know I haven't seen his interview. So why are you sitting on here talking about a goddamn thing? Because you don't have shit to add to the conversation.
Are doing. So here's the takeaway. They have no contingency plan for the possibility of empty shelves. We already have reports. Let me back out a little bit. Much of the stuff that we end up buying on store shelves leaves Asia on a boat months before it appears on our shelves. there is reporting that for weeks now, thanks to the on-again, off-again tariffs, boats have been leaving Asia significantly less than full. Why aren't we seeing that on the shelves yet? Because it takes a couple of months. And so the belief.
And there are reports that cargo has been dumped in the ocean and boats have been turned back around to China as well, as opposed to sailing all the way to the United States, only for people who have ordered these things not being able to pay these exorbitant tariff and refusing the shipments. You ain't heard about that, huh? I'm sure some of you have had to have heard about that.
The fear, the issue now is that several weeks from now, the impact of those semi-empty boats is going to be felt on retail store shelves. Now, this is not me defending consumerism. Oh, we need 50 varieties of cheap tchotchkes from China, or we're gonna that's not the issue. The issue is that Donald Trump ran on we will never have the bare cupboards, we will never have the supply chain issues. And then he came in and in a self-inflicted optional way has now imposed policy that may create exactly that. The empty shelves he blamed on Obama and Biden previously that he promised us we would never have. When will we know?
Okay, so that link is in my description box. Any conversation about that? Hey, Dr. Soapy, this is atrocious. I stocked up. You have better. Dr. Soapy, it is good to see you. Just going over a couple of items. There is, now I told you about the secret meeting that they had that they want to increase, they want to decrease Medicaid. Let me find that. I think here it is. Excuse me. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, here it is. House Republicans. This is in, where is this? Politico. Okay, you can find this article in Politico. House Republicans raise new Medicaid proposal to offset Trump's mega bill. What is Trump's mega bill? His mega bill is the tax cut for the rich. House Republicans discussed a new controversial proposal to cut federal spending for Medicaid in a closed-door meeting late Monday night, as lawmakers, even beyond the moderate bloc, were warning GOP leaders they will not swallow another alternative. According to 4 Republicans who were present for the meeting, for the GOP members of Energy and Commerce, that's where Medicare is housed and financed in Energy and Commerce, convened to finalize their panel's portion of the party's mega bill. Lawmakers discussed at length a new version of a plan to place so-called per capita caps on Medicaid funding to certain beneficiaries in states that have expanded the program under the ACA, the Affordable Care Act. Part of the plan would also call for the creation of a rainy day fund for individual states where state governments could then contribute any savings they find. I'm sure the states are going to find so many savings since the states are going to wholly have to cover the Department of Education, since the states are wholly going to have to cover any damages because they have shut down FEMA and any FEMA relief that the states would be given. So I'm pretty sure they're going to find some extra money to give poor people to go to the doctor. No, they don't give a fuck about you. And if you poor, you ain't got no insurance. That you're dragged on the hold on. 1 second. Okay. You're a drag on the society, and therefore you should just go in a corner and die somewhere. Now, I actually heard a motherfucker talking this dumb shit to a woman here on YouTube, telling her how she is unproductive and she's a drag on society and all of this. And we know about your problems. We know about your health problems. We know about your husband health problems. As if somebody gives a fuck about his black ass. And to sit up here, all this motherfucker do is sit up and lie about health problems that people are allegedly having and what they contribute to the society when he contributes absolutely nothing to society. Absolutely nothing. A motherfucker who can't even have a whole stable relationship. A motherfucker who has to meet motherfuckers on the internet and still can't even have a successful long distance relationship. Oh, because he doesn't want a relationship with black women. That could be the problem. That could be the main problem. So why y'all think why anybody would think that the real people with power don't feel the same? They are holding secret meetings to do just that. Okay, okay. Um, uh, where am I? Where am I? Part of the plan would also call for the creation of a rainy day fund for individual states where state governments could then contribute any savings they find, as said the four Republicans. Some lawmakers suggested the federal government could also claw back part of those funds. Oh, really? The emerging plan will still risk Medicaid health care services for millions of low-income people by shifting the cost of any additional coverage beyond the federal allotment to states as Republicans hunt for savings to pay for the party line package to enact President 4547's agenda, which is a tax cut for the rich. Tax cut for the rich is his agenda. The expansion program that many GOP-led states have embraced has helped contribute to recover low rates of uninsured people. We're discussing that Energy and Commerce Chair Brett Guthrie of Republican of Kentucky said in a brief interview Tuesday of the latest proposal. That was something that did come up last night. Capping federal Medicaid payments to states that have expanded the program is among the most controversial ideas that Republicans have discussed, since it could lead to massive coverage losses. But it is preferable among lawmakers to another proposal that would reduce the federal share of payments into the joint state-federal program in the 41 Medicaid expansion states. Scaling down the federal percentage would invoke so-called trigger laws in some of those states, leading to major coverage losses. Per capita caps, on the other hand, would not create the problem lawmakers believe. So scaling down the percentage would invoke trigger laws. I'm not sure what the trigger laws. What are the triggers that it would when you scale them down? What will it trigger? I'm not clear on that part of it. But they said that it is better than the per capita cuts. Cutting per capita cuts. I think that they match the payment of the state and up to a certain amount. So I think that they are talking about cutting the amount that they are going to match the states for Medicaid. So therefore, the states would surely stop, will cut the number of people who are able to enroll in Medicaid. I'm not sure. I think that's what it is. I do know that they match up to a certain amount of what the state pays. You got to get somebody who's more in depth in the Medicaid and of it all, but um, I'm just reading it from what I know. Okay. Scaling down the federal percentage would invoke so-called trigger laws in some of those states, leading to a major coverage losses per capita. Caps, on the other hand, would not create that problem, lawmakers believe. GOP members across the Virginia delegation and a handful of Medicaid expansion states with trigger laws have privately warned their leadership that there is not sufficient support within the conference for proposals that will reduce the federal government's share of the Medicaid costs, according to two Republicans granted anonymity to share private conversations. Speaker Mike Johnson told reporters Monday evening that he didn't believe the federal payment percentage changes would be in the final bill. Not so far as I know, he said. So uh, they're going to cut Medicaid. That is just the opening statement to the fact that people are going to have to use emergency rooms for their doctors, and thus any illnesses that they have will not be found, unfortunately, until their health problems get so dire that they go to the doctor. Instead of catching anything that could be reversed or treated in its early stages, they may be finding out that they have these things and they are on their way out the door. The next time they're entering a church, it will be feet first. Okay. Hey, Z Sarah. Okay. But they find money for a military parade. Exactly. Okay, so let me see what else I wanted to share. It's just a couple of more things that I had to share with you guys today that I find interesting, and I wanted to see if you guys knew about these things. Oh, I did. Let me see. I did. I think I shared this. Okay, let me. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I apologize. I'm back. I apologize. Okay, let me share this with you. Okay, if you're sick, the just died. Rich need a break. I just shared that with you. 60 Minutes fights back. So I told you about the 60-minute thing. Now, they did 60 Minutes, even though the producer quit, they didn't go out quietly. I was glad that I forget what his name is of 60 Minutes. He did tell the truth about what's going on at 60 Minutes. So he could possibly be fired soon, but who knows? So let's check what 60 Minutes came out and said at the end of their last broadcast.
Total independence in my job. Now I feel like I don't. So I'm stepping down. Well, I think they were the ones who came out with the initial numbers which found that at least 75% of the people who were shipped to the slave labor camp in El Salvador have no criminal record whatsoever. So look, he's just been doing his job as a journalist, as a reporter.
He's meaning when he says they found out that 75% of the people being shipped to El Salvador don't have criminal records. They're talking about 60 Minutes. They uncovered that story. So they have basically just been, trying to give you real news, real facts. So let's continue.
And 60 Minutes has been on it, right? So this guy comes out the other day and he goes, I got to resign. And he basically explains that, like, look, I'm now getting pressure from the higher ups in this company, from our parent company, that say, hey, dog, you kind of got to lay off on Trump a little bit because we're trying to get a merger approved. And also, we're now going to send in people to oversee everything you do vis-a-vis Gaza as well, because they didn't like how negatively the Israelis were portrayed. So this guy was like, hey, I had total independence in my job. Now I feel like I don't. So I'm stepping down. Well, Scott Pelley of 60 Minutes, he comes out at the end of the last show. He literally calls out the parent company here and explains what happened. And this is surprising. This is a risk. This is brave for him to do. Let's hear what he had to say.
In tonight's Last Minute, a note on Bill Owens, who until this past week was executive producer of 60 Minutes. He was our boss. Bill was with CBS News nearly 40 years, 26 years at 60 Minutes. He covered the world, covered combat, the White House. His was a quest to open minds, not close them. If you've ever worked hard for a boss because you admired him, then you understand what we've enjoyed here. Bill resigned Tuesday. It was hard on him and hard on us, but he did it for us and you. Stories we pursued for 57 years are often controversial. Lately, the Israel-Gaza war and the Trump administration. Bill made sure they were accurate and fair. He was tough that way. But our parent company, Paramount, is trying to complete a merger. The Trump administration must approve it. Paramount began to supervise our content in new ways. None of our stories has been blocked, but Bill felt he lost the independence that honest journalism requires. No one here is happy about it, but in resigning, Bill proved one thing. He was the right person to lead 60 Minutes all along.
That is a shot across the bow. That is directly calling out your parent company. Wow. So look, I don't know what happens from here, but if I had to guess, over time, all the people who are principled at 60 Minutes, who actually want to give information and tell the truth, they're probably going to leave. They're probably going to leave. And then the parent company is going to bring in some pathetic little weasels who don't tell the full truth. They'll start hiding the truth on Gaza. They'll start softening the criticisms of Trump. And again, this is part of the problem with like for-profit media is the CEO wants a merger approved and it has to go through the Trump administration. So it's like, hey, I care more about that than I care about the particulars of you doing your job correctly. So how about you just cut some corners? How about you just take the rough edges off and make my life easier and make it so I can get this merger approved? This is a catastrophe, is what it is. And it really unmasks the media frauds for what they are. To have profit at the core of what's going on here and not truth-telling. That does not bode well for the country. And remember, we've seen time and time and time again, law firms have bent the knee. Some universities bent the knee to Trump. Certainly some media outlets are just outright North Korean style propaganda for the Trump administration. The only way we get out of this is if everybody stands unified in solidarity with one voice and says, we will not comply.
What you were saying, Church Mouse, I had my mic off, unfortunately, but I concur with that as well. I just wanted you guys to see what's going on with our news media. That clip is in my description box. Now let's talk about now that did you how many of you guys remember hearing 4547 in his talking about how much money that the United States will be making off of tariffs? It will make more than the United States is making in income tax. He could probably stop income taxes soon because we're going to make so much money in the tariffs, the tariffs that we're paying. So we're making so much money off of the American people's back that we may be able to stop income taxes. Have you guys been paying attention to him continuing to say that he doesn't know why they enacted income taxes, and for some reason they were making so much money when the ships were coming in, and then for some reason they invoked income taxes, and I don't know why they did it way back then, and right now the tariffs, they're going to make us so much money that you're not going to have to pay income taxes. Have you guys been paying attention to this income taxes shit? Well, pay attention to this. I really want you to pay attention to this. Now, while I think that we are in the techno mineral phase of our country, and the fat cats are these tech billionaires. So let me share my screen and just look at what happened the last time we had all these robber barons in the United States. 4547 say we are in the new golden age. No, we're in the new, I say, tech mineral age, but the golden age is a play off the gilded age. So let's see what Robert Reich, he was under the Clinton administration. He was an economist. Let's see what he wants to remind us about the Gilded Age. This is in my description box, and see if any of this comports to what is going on right now in the United States. Just check it out. Hold on. I don't know what's going on.
Oil, railroad, steel. These problems are not new. In the late 1800s, they dominated. Ultra-wealthy elites, political corruption, vast inequality. These problems are not new. In the late 1800s, they dominated the country during America's first Gilded Age. We overcame these abuses back then, and we can do it again. Mark Twain coined the moniker the Gilded Age in his 1873 novel to describe the era in American history characterized by corruption and inequality that was masked by a thin layer of prosperity for a select few. The end of the 19th century and start of the 20th century marked a time of great invention. Bustling railroads, telephones, motion pictures, electricity, automobiles, which changed American life forever. But it was also an era of giant monopolies. Oil.
So it kind of does that kind of remind you of how that they are talking about all of this AI and everything, all of this things that these tech companies are bringing up, how it's going to change your life, and it's going to reindustrialize the workplace by taking a lot of your motherfucking jobs. Even you people who think that you are immune because you work white collar positions, understand that they're coming after your positions as well. While you want to sit up and act as if the blue collar person is the only one who has to worry about AI, no, you motherfuckers are going to have to worry about it just as much as blue collar people. So let's not be confused. Let's continue. Some more blue collar workers may withhold their jobs than you motherfuckers, you white shirts. So let's continue. Monopolies. Let's talk about the monopolies of it all.
Oil, railroad, steel, finance, run by a small group of men who had grown rich beyond anything America had ever seen. They were known as robber barons.
Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? The robber barons who were sitting up in the inauguration in front of the cabinet, the Jeff Bezos, the what's the guy, the Apple guy, the Elon Musk, the what's his name, Zuckerberg, and all of the other tech billionaires. Does that sound familiar? Let's continue.
Because they ran competitors out of business, exploited workers, charged customers exorbitant prices, and lived like royalty as a result.
Does any of this sound familiar? When Jeff Bezos shot his Madam Puppet Face rocket bitch into space? Does any of this sound familiar? Just skeeting out money, all of the failed rockets. Elon Musk, the biggest welfare queen off of the federal dime, has been shooting off all of these rockets, sometimes not even announcing that he's shooting off a rocket that blows up in the sky, and try to make you feel like, oh, it was a good thing because they found information out of this money that he's getting from the government that is spending too much money on old people and the illnesses, Medicare for the poor people in this country. Does any of this sound familiar? Let's continue.
Money consumed politics. Robber barons and their lackeys donated bundles of cash to any lawmaker willing to do bidding on their
kind of like the $40 million that Bezos paid for Melania's life story, kind of like that. Kind of like all these $1 million that they have given to 45, 47 to go to his inauguration, to add to his inauguration. Kind of like somebody is giving 40 million, I think it's CBS or NBC, or one of them that he was suing for $10 billion. They are giving $40 million to his official library. Why is somebody who's banning books even going to build a library? Why don't they just go on and build another failed casino instead of a library? Okay, let's continue.
On their behalf. And when lobbying wasn't enough, the powerful turned to bribery, resulting in some of the most infamous political scandals in American history.
Bribery, kind of like that coin that 45, 47 has, where anybody can contribute any amount that they want, and under the guise of buying this coin, where they get a 85% brokerage fee off of every deal. If the coin make money or not, that is their way to make money by having this coin. And what about the big surge that he wants you to even buy more of this coin by offering special deals, deals that are against the Emolument Act, where a sitting president or senator or congressman cannot make money off of them, off of the office itself. But 45, 47 is saying that if you have so much X amount of his little useless coin that you will get this prize, that prize. And one of the grand prizes was a tour of the White House. And you had to, they were going to, I think it was 25,000. They were going to, pull somebody who had at least $25,000 of his useless coin, and if you won, you would get a tour of the White House. You know, kind of like that type of bribery, and you know, kind of like anybody from any country can put millions into buying these coins, and that they would get the profits from, and then ask for a favor. So see, they don't have to disclose who is buying into these coins. So is that a way to curry favor and not have to disclose who you're currying favor with or for? I don't know. But I see where it is very, very possible.
The gap between the rich and poor in America reached astronomical levels. Large numbers of Americans lived in squalor. Anti-immigrant.
Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? Do you lived in squalor? So are we acting like we don't see the growing homeless problem in in every state in the United States? Are we acting like we don't see the percentage of has risen, the housing shortage because of the price of housing makes it impossible for the young people who are growing up behind us to ever get into housing? Have we become numb and forgotten that during COVID or after COVID, rent prices went up between 40 and 60% in most states in the United States? Okay. Now let's talk about did any of this robber baron shit affect immigration? Let's see.
Astronomical levels. Large numbers of Americans lived in squalor. Anti-immigrant sentiment raged, leading to the enactment of racist laws to restrict immigration and voter suppression, largely aimed at black men who had recently.
Voter suppression, that never gets old, and is always they want to expand voting. What is that executive order that 4547 tried to do to the Save Voting Act, and all they wanted to do was to ask if you were a United States citizen, and all they wanted to do was to make. Hey, Rockwell, thank you. Thank you, Rockwell. I appreciate your support. Look at what we're living in right now. Yeah, let's continue.
Recently won the right to vote was rampant. The era was also marked by dangerous working conditions. Children, often as young as 10 years old, but sometimes younger, worked brutal hours in sweatshops.
Now, I've been telling you about them relaxing child labor laws. I think it was over a year and a half ago. And now more states, Florida was one of the most recent states that have relaxed child labor laws that says that a child can work a job, a 8-hour job overnight, an overnight position, a graveyard position, because they are having problems filling the jobs that the immigrants left, because the immigrants are in hiding. So what's the next best thing? Child labor. We don't have to. They're not accustomed to having any real work rights, and we can abuse them and misuse them and do whatever. I guess y'all don't know this is a real thing right here in the United States of America. The country that they all want to decry is the greatest country in the world. But this is what's going on to give rich people tax cuts.
Workers trying to organize labor unions were attacked, sometimes killed.
And let's talk about labor unions, the things that ensure workers decent pay and decent regulations on their job, that they won't be killed doing their jobs. Let's talk about how Republicans tell you how horrible unions are. What is the reason they tell you unions are horrible? Because they may support a candidate under a different party. So therefore, you should cut your nose off to spite your face. You should forego anything that a union can collectively bargain for you as far as work conditions and increased pay. Yeah, forgo all of that. And what has happened since the unions have fallen in the United States? So has the income has fallen, and so has the upward tick of upwardly mobility has fallen. Everything has fallen. The standards of living in the United States have fallen, but they don't want to talk about any of that, because God forbid that you work for a union and they are not able to tell you that you're on call every day of the motherfucking week, instead of giving you the days that you are working and the days that you are off. God forbid that they have to pay you a decent wage. God forbid that they have to make it safe for you to work in whatever job environment that you are working in. You're not risking your life to make a few pennies. But no, they were killing them then, and they have killed unions now. Let's be y'all notice any correlation between then and now? I hope you do.
It seemed as if American capitalism was out of control, and American democracy couldn't do anything about it because it was bought and paid for by the rich. But Americans were fed up, and they demanded reform. Many took to the streets in protest. Investigative journalists, often called muckrakers then, helped amplify their cries by exposing what was occurring throughout the country. And a new generation of political leaders rose to end the abuses. Politicians like Teddy Roosevelt, who warned that a small class of enormously wealthy and economically powerful men, whose chief object is to hold and increase their power, could destroy American democracy. After becoming president in 1901, Roosevelt...
And that is what a small amount of rich people are doing now. Right now, they are destroying America's democracy out of greed. That is exactly what's going on right now.
Used the Sherman Antitrust Act to break up dozens of powerful corporations. Seeking to limit the vast fortunes that were creating a new American aristocracy, Congress enacted a progressive income tax through the 16th Amendment. As well,
they enacted what? A progressive income tax. It's not so progressive right now. You know, the income tax now does 45, 47 know why the income tax was enacted, and you know, they were getting enough from shipping. He wants to tell you. He tells you right now today that they can eliminate the income tax. The reason why the income tax was enacted is to bust up that type of shit, monopolies, and to have the rich pay their share. But he don't know why they enacted the income tax, and he's trying to get you to feel good and think that it's a good idea to just remove income taxes entirely. Do you think that that is his next plan and mission? He has all the oligarchs under. Hey, just quit. Stop having these people look at all the tax breaks you give us. Let us keep all our money. Don't take no income taxes from us. That's good.
As two wealth taxes. The first wealth tax in 1916 was the estate tax, a tax on the wealth of...
The estate tax. Oh, what do they call that? The estate tax. Now they call it the death tax. And they say that it is unfair that you will tax the people who inherit your money, because you, the person who's made the money, have already paid taxes on the money. Yeah, you pay taxes on your money. But the motherfuckers that you leaving it to, they ain't paid a penny of tax on that money. But they said it's unfair. That's taxing people because they died. No, that's taxing people because they came into your money that they ain't paid taxes on. So let's continue. Let's pay attention.
Wealth of someone accumulated during their lifetime, paid by the heirs who inherited it. The second tax on wealth, enacted in 1922, was a capital gains tax, a tax on the increased value of assets paid when those assets were sold. The reformers of the Gilded Age also stopped corporations from directly giving money to politicians or political candidates. And then Teddy Roosevelt's fifth cousin, you may have heard of him, continued the work through his New Deal programs, creating Social Security, unemployment insurance, a 40-hour work week, and requiring that employers bargain in good faith with labor unions. But following the death of FDR and the end of World War II, when America was building the largest middle class the world had ever seen, we seem to forget about the abuses of the Gilded Age. Now, more than a century later, America has entered a second Gilded Age. It's also a time of extraordinary invention and a time when monopolies are taking over vast swaths of the economy. So we must renew antitrust enforcement to bust up powerful companies. Now, another generation of robber barons is accumulating unprecedented money and power. So once again, we must tax these exorbitant fortunes. Wealthy individuals and big corporations are once again paying off lawmakers, sending them billions to conduct their political campaigns, even giving luxurious gifts to Supreme Court justices. So we need to protect our democracy from big money, just as we did before. Voter suppression runs rampant in the states, as during the first Gilded Age, making it harder for people of color to participate in what's left of our democracy. So it's once again critical to defend and expand voting rights. Working people are once again being exploited and abused. Child labor is returning. Unions are busted. The poor are again living in unhealthy conditions. Homelessness is on the rise. And the gap between the ultra-rich and everyone else is nearly as large as in the first Gilded Age. So, once again, we need to protect the rights of workers to organize, invest in social safety nets, and revive guardrails to protect against the abuses of great wealth and power. The question now is the same as it was at the start of the 20th century. Will we fight for an economy and a democracy that works for all rather than the few? We've done it before. We can and must do it again.
I definitely wanted you guys to hear that. Uh, um, Rockwell, speaking facts. I appreciate you gifting your memberships, 5 memberships. Uh, uh, those of you who got the 5 membership, it would be human of you to thank Rockwell for the memberships. That's what people do when they're gifted things. They usually say a simple thank you, but I want to thank you, Rockwell, for gifting those memberships. Jodie Foster said, hoarding wealth is the reason why we have poor people, and she's 100% correct. So people don't have to sell the family home to pay inheritance tax. You believe that there should be a threshold so people don't have to sell the family home to pay inheritance tax. I get what you're saying there. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about working class people or people or people like that. I'm talking about the uber rich people. There should be a higher threshold if you are inheriting, an exorbitant amount of money. Okay, there is one more thing. I believe it's only one more thing. Oh, yes, this is a Oh, RFK made a oopsie. Are you surprised that RFK made another oopsie? What did RFK? Who did he fire? And shouldn't have fired. RFK made an oopsie. The Trump administration is calling back to work some laid off federal employees who focus on the health and safety of coal miners, firefighters, and survivors of 9/11. A Republican senator and a National Union firefighter said on Tuesday. But the reprieve may be temporary, lasting only through June 2nd, and the future of the programs, which are part of the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, remains in doubt. The Health and Human Services, which Robert F. Kennedy is over, spokesperson said it could be a possibility that certain NIOSH employees will be brought back permanently. It could be a possibility. NOASH is one of the several agencies gutted this month when tens of thousands of employees were laid off as part of a sweeping reorganization of the Federal Health Department. Health Secretary R.F. Kennedy Jr. said shortly after the mass firings, "Oh, I didn't know they were fired. I'm going to have to look into that." They were part of the DEI. That's why they were fired. Is that what he said? Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said shortly after the mass firings that as much as 20% of employees might be brought back because we all make mistakes. You make a mistake and fire over 20% of workers that are needed. Robert S. Kennedy said, because we all make mistakes. And on Sunday, Kennedy signaled that the administration may be rethinking some cuts. It seems like they would have thought and rethought about the cuts before they made the cuts. But hey, what did you expect from this administration? In a post on X writing, firefighters' health and safety programs remain a top priority. And it shows because you cut them all. Okay, but he wrote a post on X, so this should forgive everything. This should make you think that this incompetent fool is competent at his job. Another incompetent idiot. Okay, firefighter health and safety programs remain a top priority as the agency continues to streamline its operations. Critical service of NOASH and will remain intact. HHS also brought back laid off food safety inspectors. Remember when I talked about the milk last week? There were going to be no testing on raw milk. I don't know if they didn't say anything about the pasteurized milk, but there was going to be no food safety on raw milk. Why? Because they didn't have enough people to do it. But why didn't you have enough people to do it? Because you laid off, I think it was 20,000 workers, and it was 10 or 20,000. At this point, when you laying off the tens of thousands, does it really matter? The HHS has also bought back laid off food safety inspectors. Two NIOSH employees, one recently called back from administrative leave, the other whose job was not impacted by the cut, told Politico that the human resources called the workers this week and asked them to come back to close out and the work they had been doing. Wait a minute. That they're not talking about the food safety inspectors, I don't think. I think they're talking about the NOISH employees. Oh, they are. Okay. They were called back and told them to come back and close out the work that they had been doing. This includes teams tracking cancer rates in firefighters and providing health services to survivors of 9/11. But the employees stressed that nothing official is in writing. Both employees were granted anonymity for fear of retribution. A third NOISH employee also granted anonymity for fear of retribution, said the office focused on health and safety in the coal industry was told to stop using administrative leave and come into the office, but their termination dates are still the same, adding that similar directives were sent to some people who worked on the firefighters fertility investigation and prevention program. The news followed weeks of bipartisan criticism about the Trump administration purging tens of thousands of staff from the CDC, the NIOSH, and other health agencies, which has brought several programs dedicated to worker safety research to a halt. You know, that cumbersome worker safety shit. The International Association of Firefighters took credit for the reversal of its statement Tuesday, stating the administration's decision to restore some employees come after direct talks between the union and Kennedy. IAFF President Edward A. Kelly said in a statement that Kennedy blamed unnamed federal workers for making cuts and claims that he blamed unnamed federal workers for making cuts. And I think that would be Doge. I mean, because remember they were asking Kennedy about the cuts to childhood diabetes research. I didn't know about that. I'm gonna have to check into that. Because Doge was making all your employee cuts, and they didn't give a fuck who they were firing. That they don't give a fuck how it impacted the people who are impacted by what impacts them by firing these people. These motherfuckers are buck wild with it. Oh my god. Okay. Kennedy blamed the unnamed federal workers for making the cuts and claimed the core function of teams working on firefighter health and safety would remain intact. So he doesn't find out about the cuts until there's complaints about the cuts that have made, and he's the head of the agency, but he can't name you who fired these people. It was explained to me that the reduction of force ordered by a White House executive order was misinterpreted by mid-level bureaucrats, and our programs, which Secretary Kennedy assured me were critical, would continue, he wrote. But shouldn't isn't that the whole point of having a secretary of this department? That he tell these mid-level bureaucrats, they love to use the word bureaucrats when they want to say that they are useless people. I thought y'all were getting rid of the bureaucrats themselves. So shouldn't Kennedy have been going through the list of people and knowing who the fuck he was firing? Is he getting paid, or he doing this for free? He doing this for the free 99. The fuck going on here? Okay. But Senator Shelley Moore, who represents workers at NIOSH Morgantown office, were laid off en masse on April 1st, told Politico on Tuesday that she's concerned the gutted program won't be permanently restored. Okay, so she's worried about the program not being permanently restored. Kind of like the Ebola research that they cut, and they said that they made a mistake and it would be back, and it has not reappeared as of yet. They did call some people back, which was we are very pleased about, she said. But in the terms of technicalities of permanent reduction in force, I think that it still does loom out there. Capitol said that she has met with Kennedy several times to express opposition to the layoff and is going to keep pushing until the workers are permanently rehired. The cuts to NIOSH on black lung in particular were very concerning to me because nobody else does this, she said, of the research and treatment I was wondering who is NIO. Okay, so that's the people who work with the coal miners on to make ensure that they get insurance or get treatment for that black lung disease that most coal miners get. Okay. Because nobody else does this. She said of the research and the treatment the agency provides to sick coal miners, describing herself as cautiously optimistic that the temporary recall was stretched past the scheduled June cutoff. So they called them back until June 2nd. But they say that they're gonna make coal mining another robust part of 4547's administration. That they're going to increase coal mining, but you see that they are reducing the people who look out after the coal miners. Just go in there and dig the coal and die. You ain't gonna get no Medicaid. You ain't gonna get no insurance. You ain't gonna get no up to date research. Just cough the coal dust out of your lungs. Okay. We need to give our rich people some tax cuts. Fuck you. Dig coal and die. Okay, so that's that. That is in my description box as well. And the last cherry on top of the ice cream, Doug Emhoff, among those fired from the Holocaust Museum board by Trump. Who knows who Doug Emhoff is? Do you guys know who Doug Emhoff is? Anybody? The royal family did that too. Hid away some cousins with disabilities in care homes their whole lives. Then return to work as normal once there's a reasonable administration. They gave that girl the Kennedy a lobotomy, and that's how this guy wanted to come and start dealing with our autistic and disabled kids. He's just pulling back for now so people can stop pointing out their crimes. Not all parents are the same. When some of us say we will die for us, we mean it 100%. I'll pow for mine. Never play with mine. There will be consequences all the time. You don't know who Doug Emhoff is. He pulled back on autistic kids when the internet started bringing out the information about his family. His aunt Martha JFK Jr. Sister put in a home as a young adult. I remember her. They did give her a lobotomy. I think she was autistic, and he acted like, I've never seen a person my age with autism. It doesn't exist. It didn't exist when I did this. Yeah, I do remember that. So you guys don't know who Doug Emhoff is? I thank you for reminding me about the aunt. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that a little further. I do remember that they gave her a lobotomy, and so she's been living in a assisted living home until her death. They tucked her away. Okay, let me share my screen with you one last time. I'm going to close with this information. So we know that 4547 is suing a news outlet bemoaning that they edited one of Kamala's answers. We do know that. We do know that he's crazy. He's that it's more about the fact that they were supposed to do an interview together, and he didn't show up for the interview, and he only showed up to one debate. But he was supposed to show up for his own interview with that same person, that same network, and he didn't show up. So to bemoan the fact that he was such a simp and wouldn't show up to the interview. He's suing them for $50 million, $50 billion, not million, $1 billion for the interview because he said that interview was edited. So we know that he is a very, very petty man. So you guys don't know who Doug Inhofe is? Okay, let me read the story. I'll let you know who Doug Inhofe is. Doug Inhofe, among those fired from the Holocaust Museum board by Trump. Doug Inhofe, that is Kamala Harris's husband. That's who Doug Inhofe is. The White House has fired several former President Joe Biden's appointees to the board overseeing the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, including former Second Gentleman Doug Inhofe, and is actively interviewing new candidates and administration official granted anonymity to discuss personnel changes, told Politico on Tuesday. Today, I was informed of my removal from the United States Holocaust Memorial Council, Inhofe said in a statement. Let me be clear. Holocaust remembrance and education should never be politicized. To turn one of the worst atrocities in history into a wedge issue is dangerous. It dishonors the memory of 6 million Jewish murdered by the Nazis that this museum was created to preserve. The New York Times first reported the list of officials removed. It includes Inhofe, former Biden White House official Ron Klain, Susan Rice, and Anthony Bernal. Remember Susan Rice? She's the black woman who I think she was Clinton's Secretary of State, and former DNC chair Tom Perez. The board consists of more than 50 presidentially appointed members who serve for a 5-year term, as well as several members from the House, Senate, and 3 federal agencies. The museum is partially funded by the federal government. Now, how are you firing people who have 5-year terms? That's just a petty, miserable motherfucker. With Biden in the White House, Inhofe, the husband of former Vice President Kamala Harris, became the first Jewish person to ever be married to a president or vice president. He emerged as a key voice for the administration on Israel and to the Jewish community. Inhofe lamented a rising anti-Semitism crisis on college campuses. Following the Hamas attacks on Israel. Was it anti-Semitism? I want to know, or was it pro-Palestinian? Please do not tell me. Well, if he, how can he fire him if that's what he promoted and that's what he's promoting in his own administration? Calling anybody who support the Palestinians anti-Semitic. Make it make sense. Following the Hamas attacks on Israel in October of 2023, he hosted 6 Jewish college students, all with grandparents who survived the Holocaust, at the White House on Holocaust Remembrance Day. Well, he won't be able to do that anymore because Pete Hegseth in the reading the federal government of DEI, they have eliminated the Holocaust Remembrance Day from the calendar. Let's be clear. Okay, so I ain't read all of that shit. I don't think they're. Hey, if there's racism, there's racism. But don't act like you don't see the racism that goes on in your administration on these college campuses only for one people. You don't never see it for black people when it happens at these colleges and universities. But now we supposed to take people visas away because they want to support people who are being having a genocide put upon them. Come on, get the fuck out of my face. So I want to thank you all for being here. Rockwell said, I'm listening and I'm learning, Ronnie Q. Uh, Petty is right. How they got time for such nonsense? They always have time for this type of stuff. So two things can exist at the same time. People can be supporting the Palestinian people, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. And there can be anti-Semitism. There can be that, but that is to equate supporting people who are being wiped off the planet, uh, they're being wiped off the whole planet, and supporting them. Didn't the Jews want support when it finally came? Didn't the Jews suffer for years before somebody finally came and freed them? So was it anti? Were they Germans? Was it Germans who was it Germans who was Hitler a German? Huh? Was Hitler a German? Hitler. It was Austrian. It was it anti-Austrian to support the Jews. Have a good one. Was it anti-Austrian to support the Jews? I don't know. The fuck out of here. So I'm not sure when the Palestinians stopped being Semitic. When did they change the definition Semitic? I don't know. Well, hello. When they came for us, they was quiet. Now they come for them, and there's no one left to help. I need them to feel for the Black community before I can feel for that museum. Yeah, I didn't know that he was Austrian. That's what my husband said as well. But he was in charge of Germany. Yeah, my husband said he was Austrian. I said, no, I thought it was Germany. I didn't want to be wrong, but I did think it was Germany. Thank you, Z Sarah. My my historian on the other side of the pond. Now, let me Rockwell, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's not like people have not been discriminated against on these campuses throughout history into the current history, and nothing has been done. But they are actually wanting, and I don't think that supporting the Palestinians is anti Jewish people. It's anti genocide. I think it's anti-genocide. And if you have a problem with somebody being anti-genocide, maybe you ought to look at the people who are committing the genocide. Maybe the problem isn't with the people who are anti-genocide. Maybe you should wonder, hey, it's not their fault. It's the people who are committing genocide. We call a thing a thing. They wanted recognized when it was committed on them, but they wanted ignored when they committed it on other people. Now, make it make sense. It doesn't. I am not losing. I get you. I understand you exactly. That I don't understand. This is a very simple thing. This is very simple. This is very simple. So if this was happening to people in the United States during the Nazi era, would people in the United States be called pro Nazi and taken out of their schools and all that? I mean, none of this makes sense. Like, cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit. all of these fake narratives and all of this, it's bullshit. It's fake narratives and eroding of our fucking rights and having us to act like we should be okay with eroding our rights because of our freedom of speech. It's bullshit. It's some authoritarian type of bullshit that is going on. That's all of this is. All right, guys. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for being here. Exactly. That is a good spelling, huh? So I hope you guys have a great remainder of your day, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, Q.
Now, Z Sarah, I don't know what CPT Day is. What is CPT Day? Strictly Platinum, thank you for being here. Yes, April 30th already made history when they told it. I love it. I don't know what you're talking about. What is CPT Day? Z Sarah, are you still here? Today, all of Africa is protesting for Burkina Faso. Oh, that is great. They are really after him. They are really trying to get rid of him. We are all standing with him. Yes, we are. I talked about him yesterday. I definitely talked about him yesterday. I just found out about him. I was amazed. I found out about him that he had thrown the French out and all the things. And see, this type. Let me stop this music right quick. See, this is the type of stuff that they don't want to see happen. They don't want. They just want to go over and rob their lands, and they don't want to see a strong leader stand up for their people. They are always trying to make the leaders look well, the ones who are not corrupt. I'm not saying that they are not corrupt leaders, but are there not corrupt leaders all over the world? So they make it. They try to make it appear as if I played the video clip, and of course they bring a black man to agree with the right senator who's saying that aren't some of their straw leaders holding gold for themselves? And then here come the black general. Yes, in Burkina Faso, that is what's happening. I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up. And you see all of these roads, you ain't see not nan road. You see all of these all of this farming equipment so he can teach them to be able to farm their own land. And that's one of the main things that you need to know. You know, that's why y'all brought us from Africa to America to farm the land, because you motherfuckers couldn't farm your own motherfucking land, and you was over here starving and dying and shit. Like, you don't know that that's one of the most important things to have. And in one of the stories that I did today, them talking about the shelves being empty in 2 weeks, how the and about Albertson and Kroger merging together, and there will be so many food deserts across the United States. Did we not hear that? Do you not know how important it is for you to be able to feed yourself, to have the knowledge to how to plant and grow your own fucking food? That's why they have in some states they have made it illegal for you to even have a home garden. But nobody pay attention to that, because they think a garden is so antiquated. They're so dépassé. Like, get the fuck out of here. You got motherfuckers who think it's a flex to dial DoorDash and all of these other motherfucking things and can't feed themselves. But who's gonna be laughing? Who's gonna be the elitist when the shit really hit the fan? And a motherfucker with a garden, y'all gonna be trying to rob them for what they know, for what they put into themselves, the knowledge that they put into feeding themselves. Are we serious? Oh, okay. So yeah, I know all about that. I've been talking about that. It's crazy. They not playing. They on the general's head in France. The people are sleeping by the capital, so nobody gets in and hurt him. The world is not playing about him, meaning black people. Exactly. I've been talking about him for the past 2 years. I didn't even know about him until I think it was this year. I think it was either end of last year or this year. I think it was this year. I was like, well, wait a minute, who is this? Because they don't want you to know about people like that. Shh. We need to go in there and try to bamboozle him out of his gold. And he's strong, and he kicked out the French colonizer, and he said, y'all still got our gold. They were supposed to take the gold to France to refine the gold, and they never bought no gold back, the payment of gold back, nothing. They just took all of the gold, and they said no more gold will be refined outside of Burkina Faso. No more gold will be refined anywhere else but here. Okay, we've been talking about him for the past 2 years, telling people the Messiah is here. Now the world will see why I know my God is real. No weapon shall prosper. Other countries of any soldiers to protect and defend him. What they say about a man. Yes, I hear that. I hear that a lot of people have. I heard that a lot of people are coming together from many nations. Now I hear that the last. I don't know. I heard something that the last attack came from right next door in Chad. I don't know how true that is, but that was a message that I said. I heard that it was right over the border in Chad, where that last. I think Z Sheriff said that was the 20th attack. That's why I said 47, talking about Putin playing him because he won't help him take Burkina Faso or South Africa. South Africa is in the BRICS with Russia. Burkina Faso is making a deal with Russia and China, and it is not a deal where they will own anything. They will not be owning anything, and they will not be mining in Burkina Faso. It's the last thing that I heard. Now, the United States have been going. Watch my show from yesterday. All the African nations that the United States have been going over with these colonizer deals. Give me all of the mineral rights to your land. Let my corporations, my American corporations, own 51% of all of your oil and all of your oil reserves and all, and we will take care of the oil and all of this bullshit. And all of these African nations have been saying, get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of my face. You ain't getting shit here. Get the fuck out of my face. And so now they're like, excuse me, what? Wait, what? So they're trying, we were talking about the fat cats and the oligarchs, and these are tech fat cats. And what do these tech fat cats need? But all of these natural minerals that are in the ground to what? To make themselves richer, to power their batteries, to power their next their shit that they're sending into space, their spaceships and all of this shit. These are the people who need that. All of this shit. He's not saying that we'll get the American army or anything. No, he's talking about private corporations going in there. And who does that help? It helps get rich people individually rich off of the African land. It ain't even like he trying to steal it for the United States. He trying to give it away to his oligarch friends. I think that's they put, hey, we got you in office. Go make these fucking fucked up deals with these Africans so we can rape their lands. Anyway, that's what I think about it. All right, guys. Let me get off of here. That's all I have. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And I'm gone. Bye-bye.
Take a seat and go meet Ronnie. Sweet, 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 sweet Ronnie. No day complete without my Ronnie. She can't be beat. Sweet, sweet Ronnie.